Hello everyone. I warmly welcome everyone in this audio storybook, Random Stories. Today's story name is Forgiven. Rohan slept soundly in his bedroom, but when he woke up, he found himself in an unfamiliar house. Confusion gripped him as he scanned the strange surroundings. Where was he? How did he get here? Memories of his life seemed distant, as if belonging to someone else. A faint recollection of a life beyond this one lingered, but he couldn't grasp it. Rohan's heart raced as he stumbled out of bed and staggered through the house. Every step revealed more mysteries, unfamiliar photos, strange artifacts, and an eerie feeling that he was being watched. As Rohan explored the house, he found a room that seemed frozen in time. The air was thick with dust, and cobwebs clung to the furniture. A single photograph on the dresser caught his attention, a young man with an unmistakable resemblance to Rohan himself. Rohan's mind reeled as he stared at the photo. Who was he? Suddenly, memories began to resurface, like ripples on a pond. Rohan's past life as Ayan began to unfold, and with it, a journey to uncover the truth about his reincarnation. Rohan's memories of Ayan's life flooded his mind. The joy of discovery, the agony of loss, and the 40-year-old sadhu's anguished face. Flashback. Ayan, a mischievous 6-year-old, and the 40-year-old sadhu practiced spirituality in the same sacred grounds. Despite their age difference, they shared a deep connection, both novices in the spiritual arts. They both only wore white-collar langot. However, Ayan's curiosity and playfulness often got the better of him. He would interrupt the sadhu's meditations, giggling and teasing him. Sometimes, he would even remove the sadhu's clothes, exposing him to the other spiritual seekers. The sadhu, patient and wise, would gently scold Ayan, warning him of the importance of focus and discipline. But Ayan's antics continued, and the sadhu's patience began to wear thin. One day, as Ayan disrupted the sadhu's meditation yet again, opening his clothes and exposing him, the old man's anger flared. He lost his temper, striking Ayan with a gentle but firm hand on the top of his head 3 times. Suddenly and tragically, blood began to flow from Ayan's head, and the young boy's life slipped away. The sadhu, horrified by his actions, cradled Ayan's lifeless body in his arms, overcome with grief and regret. Rohan understood now that his past life's actions had led to his rebirth. He felt an overwhelming urge to find the sadhu, to make amends, and to learn from his mistakes. Rohan left the room, determined to uncover the truth about his past and his connection to the sadhu. As he walked, the air thinned and the landscape shifted. Rohan's feet seemed to move of their own accord, guided by a force he couldn't understand. The mountains loomed ahead, their peaks shrouded in mist. Suddenly, a figure emerged from the fog. An old man with piercing eyes, who spoke in a voice that resonated deep within Rohan. Ayan's spirit, reborn, the old man whispered, his eyes locked onto Rohan's. I forgive you, Rohan said, his voice filled with empathy. The old man's eyes welled up with tears as Rohan's words washed over him. He bowed his head, and his shoulders shook with sobs. Rohan enveloped him in a warm embrace, and the old man's tears fell onto his shoulders. As they stood there, a warm light enveloped them, and the old man's aura began to transform. His energy, once weighed down by guilt and regret, now soared with a newfound sense of freedom. Rohan felt the old man's spiritual journey accelerating, propelling him toward greater heights. Thank you, young one, the old man said, his voice trembling. You have set me free. I can now proceed on my journey unencumbered by the burdens of the past. Rohan smiled, knowing that their paths had intersected for a greater purpose. May your journey be blessed, he said. May you attain the ultimate truth. As the old man vanished into the mist, Rohan felt a sense of completion, knowing that he had forgiven and been forgiven. He stood tall, ready to embark on his new journey, armed with the wisdom and power of his past life as Ayan. Suddenly, Rohan woke up, his eyes snapping open. He sat up in bed, rubbing his eyes, wondering if it had all been a dream. But the memories of Ayan's life and his encounter with the old man felt too real, too vivid. Rohan looked around his room, taking in the familiar sights and sounds. Everything seemed ordinary, yet somehow different. He felt changed, transformed by the experiences he had just had. With a sense of wonder and awe, Rohan swung his legs over the side of the bed and planted his feet firmly on the ground. He took a deep breath, feeling the energy and wisdom of his past life as Ayan coursing through his veins. Ready to face a new day, Rohan stood up and began his journey anew.